If you go there, I live in Jigawa, Brenewa, a border town between Jigawa now and Borno State. And there's not a single community in Kano State that doesn't have electricity, that doesn't have water.
Okay, you've talked about water, you've talked about education.
Every other area of our national, ask me and I'll tell you what can do differently.
Talk about light, power in Enugu State.
Look,
and you know that power is the driving force for industry in every state.
What we can do, there are differences. There are different things we would do. For instance, even provision of water or light, provision. Virtually all the villages, there's no light. There's no light at all. And if you just go live here and go to where you have the REB, the Rural Electrification Board, which ought to be the state government's engine, the driver for rural electrification, is in a decrepit bungalow, a linear bungalow off the road. It shows you the seriousness or lack of it thereof attached to that institution. I'm going to re-energize, reinvigorate, re-strengthen the REB. I'm going to immediately decentralize REB so that the zones of the state, they have their offices with full equipment. I'm going to concentrate, give substantial resources to REB because light is an energizer. If you have light, you have everything. People, unemployment will reduce. So I'm going to decentralize REB. In 3 zones, the REB will have all the machines you need to install poles, to bring in transformer and reduce costs. Because once you want to bring this and reduce costs, you have your concessions at costs that are transparent and verifiable. It's only when you begin to layer with interest that it appears that these things are difficult. More than 30 years ago, in 1979, between 1979 and 1983, Abubakar Rimi of blessed memory, then governor of old Kano State, electrified the entire Kano State.
Whoa.
Under NPP 1979, in 4 years, present Kano State and Jigawa State was completely electrified by Abubakar Rimi. If you go there, I lived in Jigawa, Brenewa, a border town between Jigawa now and Borno State. And there's not a single community in Kano State that doesn't have electricity, that doesn't have water. If it could be done 30 years ago or 40 years ago, why have we not done it now? His interest, his focus, his knowledge. So I'll decentralize it. Give them the full complements of what he did. All these machines they need, they are hanging on the streets, close to central bank. It's inadequate. It shows you, that office shows you a sense of how serious how serious or lack of it thereof, that will take what is a catalyzer of our development. So for regards to light, I'm going to make sure that every community in the state, every community in 4 years has light. Some already have poles, so some already have cables, so they are begging for transformer. So these things will be addressed immediately. Is it transformer you need? We'll supply you. We'll supply you in collaboration with the relevant federal agency. There's a federal agency that is concerned with rural electrification. They are looking for who is interested to get these things. So we partner with them. We partner with necessary government, finance, whatever that's interested with customs and exercise. That we are bringing these things for the service of our state at reduced costs. It's done. It's done. So, and I'm also going to harness energy, solar energy. I'm going to harness solar energy maximally, so that areas that needs to be augmented will augment. I'm also going to push in the long run with other things like the Jeep thermal station. The Jeep thermal station is still alive. It's still revivable. And we have somebody like in Enugu State, Batluminaji, who has done magic. In fact, he's now supplying power in our Abia State through geometric power.
Whoa.
So there was one thing we can do. So look for the window. Look for the window within the national electrical power system that allows us to create, to build, to harness, to create power here and use for local use, or even give from outside. So we're going to immediately decentralize. We're immediately going to decentralize, and we're going to give a mandate. And we're going to support the rural areas who have done, individuals, villages have done substantial work, just looking for appreciation in terms of transformer. So we're going to supply the transformers.
And one of the problems they used to have that people used to steal one or two things.
They cut and sell in the market.
Yes.
So these people who are selling wires in the market, where do you getting it from? We are going to be on them. That time is just work of the police, but it's part of the problem. But it's not a major problem because you have to, if you put intelligence on them, they will explain the sources. So once you have to ask them to explain the sources. Where do you get this material they are selling? And then they have to close shop or make sure that their businesses are verifiable or transparent. So you come back again to transparency and character. Sometimes they look away from all these things. They know they exist, but they don't want to fight. They don't want to injure people. So they look away. And these things fester. And we're moving from graduate to graduate. Almost now, all of us are selling to the abyss. So if you ask me any area of our life, I will tell you what I'll do differently. I'm also going to create communities within the REB. I'm going to have departments that interfaces with communities and EEDC. Part of the problem is overbilling.
Yes.
Part of our problem is overbilling, and you have several communities that, because of lower power, because of the nature of the power relationship between them and the EDC, where EDC is like the oligopolist, the monopolist. Yeah. You have everything, you have nothing. They can just take off your lights. But there are laws there are operational laws, or laws that can be operationalized in NRC that determines your relationship with your subscribers. And the EADC substantially is playing on the ignorance of our people. So we are going to have a department in RAB that encourages interface between communities and the EDC so that the proper relationships are arranged. And if there's need for payment, a seed money should be provided where the communities will agree to pay off over time. So I'm going to be mindful of this thing. We are going to create a relationship that, look, important things that these lights must be on. And the EDC, you must get your payment, but not necessarily your own conditions.
Okay.
We have lawyers, human rights lawyers, who will negotiate these things.